You are not lazy. Running and having a 9 to 5 is hard, especially in winter when it's cold and wet and dark. Now this week has been my biggest week in mileage in a long time, so here's some tips that have helped me get out of the door and get those runs done. Now it is worth mentioning that I work from home for 2 days a week, so it is a little bit easier for me to get out and do a run because I can do them in lunch and I can do them either before work or immediately after work. Some of you guys don't have that privilege, so take what you can and apply it where you can. But these are just things that are helping me for my own situation. So one of the first things that I have done this week that has massively helped me is I've done a few different routes. I had to do a 10k on Tuesday, an 11k on Wednesday, and a 10k on Thursday. And I did a different route for them than what I normally do. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. Got a bit bored of some of my routes recently, and it's made running a bit of a chore and not particularly enjoyable. Switching up the route is a great way either to see new areas or just get a bit of a change in there. One of the great things I love about going to a new area is running and exploring that area. So I don't know why I just stay to the same 5k, 10k route around my local area. We went and found a few new ones and we quite enjoyed it actually. Although for one of them I did do a tempo session.
There may or may not be a slight headwind,
which I didn't really hit any of the paces on, but hey ho, we gave it a good go. Sometimes after work I allow myself a bit of time to wallow in the busyness. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. I start work sometimes at 7:30, so I'm leaving at about 20 to 7, and then I finish at 4:30 and I get home for about 5:10. My speaker just turned off. That was rude. Now I'm not saying that I have the hardest job. I sit at a desk all day. There are people that are on their feet all day or doing more strenuous things than I do, but sometimes that day can feel a little bit long. So when I get home, I allow myself some time to sit on the floor and, you know, just doom scroll for a bit. Yeah, on social media, doom scrolling is the enemy. It's awful. But sometimes I need some time to switch my brain off and just sit there and do nothing and allow some, we call it decompression time in this household. And you know what? After it, sometimes I feel better. Okay? Shoot me for doom scrolling. Who cares? The important bit with this is not getting caught in it for hours and hours, which I used to do. Sometimes I have sat there for half an hour to an hour. One thing that I do really want to do is get an app blocker, but I keep procrastinating actually doing that. So that's an endless cycle of just death, isn't it? Because currently I use that settings on your phone where it pops up and says Instagram is blocked. You've used up all your time for the day, but then I just press ignore limit and carry on. So that's a bit pointless. I want an app blocker that means I actually can't go on the app. So I try and give myself 15, 20 minutes of my little decompression time, and then you break it down into little actions you need to do. So I just turn off the phone, then I stand up, then I go and put me clothes on, then I do me warm up, and then I'm out. Sometimes it takes ages. There have been times where I don't do it and I miss my run. But over time, the more you do it, you get a bit better. Another tip that has helped me in the past, not so much this week because I haven't done it, is having an accountability partner. And by that, I just mean running with a friend. Running's a great way to socialise. Grab a mate, go out for a run. Maybe they don't want to run as far as you. Maybe they like a bike, or maybe you can just go around a park and they'll walk around the park with their dog while you run around it. Maybe go join a run club and there's loads of people running with you. Great way to meet people that like the same thing as you. It can be hard when you're alone, but if you've got someone to go with or do something with, makes it a little bit easier because it's not just you bailing then. There's a few people that need to bail for it not to happen, and you can sort of work together and support each other and get out and do your run. Now we're going to throw a little bit of self-help in there, but one thing I ask myself is, will I regret not doing it? So I'm training for my 10k race, which is on the 8th of March. As you'll know, we're doing the race to 38. Can I break 38 minutes? It's been a different video this week, not much training or videos because, well, it's been really dark and it's hard to film in the dark, and we're trialing a bit of a different format. So on the days where I've got a run that I really don't want to do, I look back and I go, if I don't hit 38 minutes, will I regret not doing this run? And sometimes the answer is yes. Try and gather the willpower, which isn't always easy, to get out and go. Sometimes I don't think I will regret it. Sometimes I am tired. And sometimes I don't want to go. And sometimes I don't go. There have been plenty of times where I have skipped sessions in the week and then I've got a PB on the weekend. So sticking to a structured, rigid training plan doesn't always work for you. Listening to your body, great thing. But asking myself, what am I trading here? Will I regret it? Is a good tool to use. Maybe I'll do all these runs and I won't hit 38 minutes. And one of the things that I will take away from this is that I ran too much and I needed to rest more. Because I'm currently running 6 times a week and I think I'm going to cover nearly 60k this week. And that's not even peak week. That's more than I've ever done that wasn't a part of one of my ridiculously stupid challenges. 60k for a 10k race might be a bit too much for me at this moment in my running journey. So we'll see. Maybe I need to rest more. Who knows? We're trialing and error in it. You could even run to and from work if you really wanted to. There's a great runner at the moment. I say at the moment, he's been a runner for a long time. I've just only recently found him. Is Charlie Sanderson, who's a full-time teacher and a 2:15 marathon runner. I hope it's a 2:15 marathoner. And I haven't done him dirty there. But he runs to and from work. Great way to get you running on your commute. I suppose, I don't know if he does live in London. He might live in London. But let's say he lives in London. Traffic can be a nightmare. So running to and from, you cut out some traffic. Win-win. And you get your running. Maybe if you're just starting out, running to and from work might be a bit too much. So maybe you take your running stuff with you to work. You run at lunch. Or maybe you just run home. Maybe you park a bit further down the street and you run to your car. Doesn't even have to be a kilometre, just a little run. Just get a jog in. Then you can see if you fancy it. So those are a few things that I've actually used this week to help me get out of the door when it's been cold, wet, rainy, and I don't want to because I've been at work all day. And we don't all have every hour in the day to get our runs in. Our life usually revolves around other things, and our training is a bit of an add-on. And I don't even have the pressure of kids. Some of you do. So you have a different set of circumstances to everything that I've just talked about. I think it's important to remember to take social media with a pinch of salt and not try and copy all of these influencers that you see just because they're getting ridiculous times. Try and build it up and focus on what you can do in your own situation with the time you have. And if it's something that you really, really want to do. You might be thinking, Bran, that was a rubbish video. You've just sat in a chair and waffled at us for however long this video is. Well, if you want to see me in a bit of action, why not click here? And you can see how my 5k time trial went the other week. It didn't go particularly how I wanted it to.